It's no longer a news that the 2025 JAMB result is out. I'm sure as at the time the results were out, we are like, man, confused, we were a bit tense. What am I going to score? How am I going to do in this 2025 JAMB? And at the end of the day, you send UTME result to 55019 and you see your score, probably scored below 200, or you scored 200, or you didn't meet your desired cutoff mark, and you tell yourself, man, I failed JAMB. Yeah, the thing is, you failed the JAMB. And if you use the same preparation method to write the next day JAMB, you will likely still fail it. So, by the way, I'm here to give you what to do differently in order to do very well in your 2026 year JAMB. My name is UNBEATABLE, currently studying medicine at University of Port Harcourt. So I'm here to give you what to do differently. Remember, you didn't do it in JAMB not because you're not smart, but because your strategies were not right. So get these 6 strategies that will really help you. So tip number 1 is what I call honest self-reflection. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, did I really read for this year exam, or I just crammed the whole thing? Did I really understood what I read? Yeah, if you ask yourself this honest question, you will really get an answer. You know that maybe you are at fault in these questions. Good. And most of us, we cram past question expecting to go into the exam and see it verbatim. No, it doesn't really work like that. So we enter the exam with what I call false confidence, having all your hope on the 5 years past questions that you cram. No, it doesn't really work like that. The aim of past question is for you to attempt questions when you're done studying. When you read a topic in a particular subject, you go to the past questions and answer those questions. It builds you up, not to cram the past question and enter the exam hall. Now, let us go to tip number 2, is what I call know your JAMB syllabus and use them. This cannot be underrated. JAMB syllabus is like a map given to us by the JAMB body in order for you to have a direction, a specific direction on what you're really reading. That's why some of us, have you ever felt in a way where you've been reading for hours and days and you're always feeling lost, like, man, I'm not really prepared. Do you know why? It's because you're not reading in a specific direction. You just read randomly. That's why the JAMB syllabus is there, to give you a direction, a guide on how to really read. So please maximize the JAMB syllabus. You see what they'll be like, what candidates are expected to know. Make use of these things, read the specific topic, the specific subtopic, and you see that you start building confidence and you're sure they're going to do it in the exam. Now, tip number 3. Do not struggle alone. Struggling alone do not make you strong. It really don't make you strong. It only keeps you stuck. If you have issues in any subject, any topic, reach out to friends, watch YouTube videos, have study group. In one of my videos, I'm going to share the power of effective study group. Trust me, if you have an effective study group, the probability of doing very high is there. So please, do not struggle alone. Reach out for help. Reach out to senior friends, people that have written JAMB before and have done well. Now, let us go to tip number 4. Know your weaknesses and attack them. I want to ask, most of us, when we want to go and read, you just carry the subject that you love most and abandon the ones you don't really like. I know of a friend that was preparing for JAMB. She really liked reading physics and chemistry and abandoned her biology and English. At the end of every JAMB, she ended up not doing well because her biology and English always draws her back. So please, know your weak subject. Carry a paper and a pen, write down your weak subject, your weak topic, spend quality times in it, watch YouTube videos on that topic. Make sure you face those subjects that you don't really know, and you see that you start getting better in it, and you complement it with the ones you already know, and your JAMB result is going to be a blast. Yes. Now, step number 5 is managing your time. When I talk about managing your time, I'm talking about in the exam hall. Have you been in a scenario where you're writing your JAMB, halfway the exam, you're feeling confident, all of a sudden, getting to the end of the exam, you begin to rush the whole questions? Do you know why? You spend too much time on questions that you don't really need to spend much time on. If you see that a question is giving you a serious problem, skip it and go to the next one. Maybe when you're done, you can come back and recheck those questions if time permits. Some of us now going into JAMB like it's a competition, first to finish. Newsflash, there's no gold medal for first to finish during the JAMB exam. Take your time, share your time across each topics or each questions effectively. You see, in that way you maximize your time in the exam hall. And now, tip number 6. Attempt JAMB mocks. JAMB mock is not meant to mock you. Do not always shy away from JAMB mocks. Yes, do not shy away from JAMB mocks. Do JAMB mock. JAMB mock help you to know your weak areas and show you how JAMB exams are, how the system is. You see that you've gotten a first and information on the JAMB before writing the exam. That's the aim of JAMB Mock. It makes you really know what you're going to prepare. If you're always that person that shy away from JAMB Mock, trust me, you're really missing a golden opportunity. And let me let you know that you didn't really do well for this JAMB do not mean you're not smart. You can do better next day. All you need to do is change your strategy, work with these 6 tips that I gave you, and you see yourself flying in the next year JAMB. Thank you very much. If you find this video very useful, do well to like, share, subscribe, and comment. See you in my next video. Thank you.